Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Monday, December 21st, 2020. We're in the first day of the new trading week, and we are in the last hour of the trading day. The last hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions because during the day you have the day traders like myself and the algorithms. They are just moving prices around. I consider it noise. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in. They make their buying and selling decisions. They are dealing with the most money. They have very smart people, best technology, best information. And in my opinion, there is an edge in following what the large financial institutions do at the end of the day as far as making your buying and selling decisions based upon your levels. So thank you all for coming today. I always look forward to this time of the day. I'm very grateful that we have such a great group and that we can share ideas and kind of hang out. And, so many of you contribute so much to the podcast with poems like Frank and the scanner like Kamal and just different picks and so forth. Which I'm really glad. I would not be able to look at all these particular stocks, so the input is really great from you as well. So thank you for coming. I hope that the time you're spending here is helping you with your trading and your investing. Well, what a day today. Unreal. I woke up this morning, it seemed like the earth was coming to an end. I think the Dow Jones opened up 400 points lower. And now I'm looking at it, it is up 58 points, so a huge reversal. NASDAQ is still down 21 points, down 0.17, but it was down much more earlier, and the S&P is down 13.7. So Dow is up, NASDAQ is down slightly, and the S&P is down slightly. So just an unbelievable bull run ever since this morning. I would not have seen it going this way, but then again, I can't tell the future, right? I can only do what the charts tell me to do. So here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. We're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them moving forward. I did enter a new put position today, sold a put, which is a bullish position on Google. I'll show you that. And then I had a couple day trades today on Microsoft and on VIX. So I will show you those, both positive, grateful for that. After that, we are going to go and take a look at your current positions that are up on the board. And I do see some green over there, so that's good. So we'll take a look at those and we'll see how everyone's doing. After that, I'm going to switch gears, talk a little bit about trader psychology or some kind of trading words of wisdom. Get outside of charts for a while and just kind of talk about the bigger picture of trading psychology or helpful trading suggestions. All right, after that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First requirement, I have to have a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Number 2, I have to have a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1, based upon strong and solid support below me and strong and likely resistance above me. So if I'm willing to risk $100, I need to be able to make 200 or 300 or more to the upside to make it a valid trade. And then lastly, it's important to always take a few minutes, take a look at your positions, consider how many positions do I have, how much account do I have, how many correlated positions do I have, and always very important, especially in a market like this when volatility is picking up, is please position size based upon what the current volatility of the market is. You can't just buy 300 shares all the time. If volatility is 3 times higher this week than last week, then it's not like you're buying 300 shares, it's like you're buying 900 shares. See what I mean? So what I do is I take my maximum allowed loss and I divide it by the value of the 2 ATR. That figures it all out for me. If you have any questions on that, please let me know. So I'm going to go down through the potential candidates. There are some possible good ones today. I'm going to go down through, take a look at that, and pick the very best one at the end of the day. If there is one, we don't know how the market's going to close, but if there is, I'll place the trade before the close of right before the close of the market. And then after the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer. Let me know if you're not sure on something. Hopefully I can clarify it for you. If you'd like me to look at any particular stock symbols today before the market closes, I'll do my very best to get to them. If you can put them in the live stream, please put an emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive. And then lastly, as always, if you do have any new entries or exits for me today, if you could please wait till after the market closes before you tell me what they are. And that way I'm done teaching, trading, markets closed, pressure's off. And as always, we'll spend as much time as we need to get them updated correctly. All right. So that is the plan for today. If you can hang tight for about 40 seconds, I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will be back shortly. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who's here today. Brian M. Hey, buddy, good to see you. Happy holidays, traders. Happy holidays to you, Brian. Thank you so much, sir. Hey, Steve Burns, good to see you, my friend. Always an honor and a privilege to have you here. Thank you so much. It's always a big thrill. I never take it for granted. So, and I'm sure everyone else feels the same way. Let's see what Steve has to say. Volatility expansion and then volatility crash with an hour left. The Dow Jones went from down 500 points in the futures overnight and 400 points today to grain. Yep, it's a big, huge move. It's a big, huge move. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. You know, whenever you're down that big and then you come back, I look at it kind of like as a double-edged sword. It's like good that it came back very strong, but then again, it made a huge move to do that. And as the rubber band pulled a little, we never know, do we? Ranger Trader is here. Hey, everyone. Hey, Jesse. Good to see you, my friend. Just a quick plug for Ranger Trader. If you have not subscribed to Ranger Trader on Twitter, please do so. Ranger_Trader. Jesse's a former student of mine. He has a great channel, just a superb individual, and good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well, and hope you and the family is doing well also. Johan, buddy, good to see you. Johan's having a good day, on at least earlier when I looked, but hope you're having a good evening in Hong Kong. David is here. Hi, Gregorians. Hello, Dave. Good to see you, bud. Hope you and the family are doing well. Bob is here. Hello, everyone, with the Santa Claus. Hey, Bob. Good to see you, bud. Miko25. Hello, sir. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Hope the family is well. Thanks for coming by. Brian says, Steve, I think the VIX may be having an angry fit for a while. Could be. I traded VIX a little bit today. Frank is here. Hey, Frank. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a nice weekend. Steve says, look at the GS chart after the banks are now allowed to buy back their shares. Wow. Yeah, I saw Goldman Sachs earlier. Boy, we were battling with Goldman Sachs for a while over that 200-day moving average, weren't we? And look at this little entry. That one would have worked out pretty sweet, up 6.76% today. Big, big, strong day up on the banks. Jatin, hello, good afternoon, sir. Hello, Jatin, good to see you. George says, yo. Hello, George. Yo, yo. Frank has a poem for us. This is going to be great. This is going to be great. They get better and better every day. Let's take a look. Let me post this over here. Give me a sec, Frank. All right. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. So reads that familiar Dickens line. But money flows to where it grows, and that is one thing a trader must know. It's how we make our profits show. Oh, very good, Frank. Excellent as always. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. So reads that familiar Dickens line. But money flows to where it grows, and that is one thing a trader must know. It's how we make our profits show. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Frank's having a good day on Nike, I saw. Thank you so much for that, Frank. Steve says, yeah, Brian, volatility like this is rarely bullish over the short term. We shall see. We shall see. Okay, well, we all ready to do this? All right, here we go. First position of the day is DRIP. I took DRIP back here at 25.97. I like the setup. Thanks to Ramble Ron for pointing this out to me. Bullish engulfing bar. MACD had crossed over under 30, over 30. Didn't do much for the last few days, but today it opened up with a vengeance. I hit two profit targets. The first profit target, it gapped right through when it was up 10%. It's still up 3.99%, but it was up near 10% at the open, and that's why I like to set my profit targets, my 0.45 ATR profit targets from the previous day's close, because I was able to unload 20% of the trade right here at 28.60. Right now it's 27.11, but anyway, still good trade, still up nicely on the day, close to 4% and profitable. So thanks to Ramble Ron for pointing that out to me. FSLR. All right, Yas, Gary, and myself did take FSLR back here at 90.98. I took a half. Gary and I took a half position. We took it at 90.98. We had this nice pull back into the value zone, sideways motion. We had a false breakout to the downside. We had a V1. We had a bullish engulfing bar. We had a 520 crossover, under 50, over 50, all sorts of good stuff. Bought here at 90.98. Currently, it's 95.22. It is up 2.09% just today, and from entry, up 4.68%. So congratulations to Yas, Gary, and myself. I don't see any change here today that I'm going to have to do anything with this. Love, Gary, Karen, and I. This one's a little complicated. I think Gary and Karen bought it at 46.30. I also bought it here and then accidentally got out here. I bought it back the next day at 45.72. Today it gapped down like crazy. Not thrilled about that, but look at the rally we've had. It's still down 19 cents. It's still down 0.41%. I'll have to see whether or not this is going to be a keeper. My stop on this was halfway of this washout board, 45.72. Currently it's 45.85. So if it closes above 45.72, that new entry point I had, I will have to go ahead and get out. But you know, compared to where it opened up in the morning, I am thrilled beyond measure that it has had this nice rally back. But if it does close beneath 45.72, I will go ahead and close out the trade. Ollie's been an interesting trade. Let me see. Is anyone else in this? No. Yes, Johnson. Sorry, Johnson. There we go. Johnson and I took Ollie V1, rejection of the -1 ATR channel, bullish engulfing bar, rejection of the 250. Bought it here at 79.50. Has moved up nicely. 2 days ago, I got out of half my position right here with the rejection of the 200-day moving average. Today, did hit one profit target at 83.38, and so from entry to current, it's up 4.19%, so not too shabby. So congratulations to Johnson and myself. REGN. All right, Johnson and I also took REGN at 496.34 with this higher low V2. MACD was positive. Bought at 496.34. Went up on Friday. Did hit one profit target. Today, along with everything else, gapped down, went way down. But now it is over entry price. So it is down a little bit today, but still up on the trade. My stop is going to be a close below halfway the washout bar. That's this pink line here, 489.70. So if it closes below 489.70 today, I will get out. If not, I will keep. SPY. Well, I think this is a bad tick. But what I know is not a bad tick is this was a bad overnight SPY trade. I bought at 369.18, sold it this morning at 365.98. So that was kind of a hit. So about $3.50 overnight, but that's how it goes. Last week was very positive, lots of overnight gaps. But as usual, I buy the SPY at the close, I hold it overnight, I sell it first thing the next thing at the morning, and I just rinse and repeat and do it every day. And some days are winners, some days are losers. It looks like Jas and Jatson were in this as well. USO. I did buy USO back here on November 30th. I bought it at $30.97. Currently it's $32.67, so it is up 5.2%. I did actually take my trade in this on the monthly bar when we went under the negative third channel, over the negative third channel, under the 30, over the 30, and so this is going to be a long-term trade for me, but it is up nicely. Is down a little bit today, but it is nicely up on the trade. Okay, that's positions. I did sell puts today on Google. I sold the Google June 18th, 2021 1170 puts for $1,488.32. So why did I pick the $1,170 price? Well, because the $1,170 price has the protection on the weekly of the 200-week moving average above it, and on the monthly it has the nice confluence of the -1 ATR channel and the 50-week moving average, 50-month moving average. So this current position has approximately 32.5% protection. You know, if it stays above 1170 by June 18th, I will be able to keep all the premium, and the premium's $1,170. But the reason I took this one, I like the strike price on the weekly and the monthly. It is a great company, obviously, Google, and it does, from an annual return percentage, this trade does pay over 7%, at least when I bought it. I was fortunate enough to buy it this morning at the open because it had so much protection, and of course it's gone up. So it is up on the trade so far, but that's that. All right. Did have a day trade on Microsoft. Let's see. Here we go. This is on the 5-minute bar. I hope you can see this okay. We had this nice consolidation down here in the value zone. Then we had the pop above the 200-day moving average. I bought it here on the 5-minute at 218 with the close above the 200. The next bar had a nice move up. Whenever that happens, I sell half of my position. So I bought at 218.61. I sold half at 219.07. Then here we rejected the 70 RSI. I sold another half at 219.38. And then here with the V1 and the rejection of the third ATR channel, I sold the other third. So I entered at 218.61, exited at 219.07, exited at 219.83, and exited at 220.15. So that was a really good trade. And then lastly, VIX. I did buy VIX here when we had the nice V1 under 30, over 30, false breakout to the downside here. I bought it at $8.19. 2 bars later, it went up nicely for me. I sold half here at 18.31, but then it came back to my entry. When it came back to my entry, the other half that I had, I just sold at break even. So it was positive. Bought here at 18.19, sold half at 18.31, and then sold the rest at 18.19 where I originally bought it. And you can see it's moving up pretty nicely right here. Okay. Ava is here. Hello, Ava. Nice to see you. Happy Monday to you as well. Hope you had a nice weekend. Ava is a very impressive trader, in my opinion. Boy, I've seen some of her trades lately, and they've been fantastic. So congrats there, Ava. Come on, buddy. What's happening? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope the family's well. Thank you for sending the scanner today. And I haven't looked over. I was looking at your position earlier, but we'll take a look at those in a minute. All right. Oh, hey, I want to show everybody something. Look at this little darling right here. So I am watching a dog for a couple of my friends that are going on vacation. And as you know, I lost Katie September 1st. That was a big blow to me. I'm used to having a dog with me, used to having a good little trading companion. And this is Keely. Look at this pose. She's just posing like crazy. She is part Beagle and she is part Border Collie. And she is just a love. I'll tell you what, the first night I decided to put her outside my bedroom door on her little bed. She didn't like that. She howled, and so I let her in, and she was happy to come in. Last night I let her in the bedroom again, but she's not supposed to get up on the bed, so her owner says. And then I woke up in the middle of the night and she was cuddled up, right up next to me. So it's nice to have a little trading mascot back for the group, but this is Keely. Isn't she lovely? It's just nice to have a little animal spirit in the house with me again, I'll tell you that. All right, let's take a look. Apple. All right, we have Gary in at 108. We have Frank in at 111. It's 126.48. It is down 20 cents on the day, but a big recovery. So nice trade there, Gary and Frank. ISRG, Ava. Speaking of Ava, Ava bought ISRG at 750. It's currently 787.50. So that's up nice. It is down just a touch today, but nicely up on the trade. IAU is gold. Frank bought gold at 1754. IAU gold anyway at 1754. It's 1788. He is down a little on the day, but he is up on the trade. Alibaba, Ava bought Alibaba at 253.31. It's currently 259.86. Down just the skosh, but Ava is nicely up on the trade. Google. All right, so Gary, I sold puts today and he sold credit spreads the last couple, so he has two of them expiring January 15th, the 1570, 1550s, and then he wrote another one for the 1550, 1540s. So we got $200 contract here, $95 contract here, and it is up on the day, so that's what he wants to see. Qs. Jatin bought the Qs at, where was this? Way back here, 284.60. It's currently 308.55. It is down a little bit today, but Jatin is nicely up on the trade. Frank also has a 10% trailer, I believe, from 284.60, and I think Jatin sold half the other day. I'm not 100% sure. DocuSign. Oh boy. All right, DocuSign. Yas, GM bought DocuSign here, 224.13 with the 1030 EMA cross. It's 247.80. It's up 2.82% today and nicely up on the trade, so excellent. ALGN. Jatin bought ALGN back here, 441. It's 592. He sold half right here near the top, but beautifully up on, a little down on the day, but beautifully up on the trade. Microsoft, Yas bought Microsoft at 213.82. It's 222.69, up 1.88% just today. That's a big move for Microsoft. So congratulations, Yas. Qs we already looked at. Lilly, nice trade here on Lilly for Yas and Gary. Bought here at, what is that? 148.41. Had a huge move up. It is down just a little bit today. Well, 1.82%. Gary sold half over here, but it is up 12%. So excellent trade, gentlemen. TTCF. Look at Johan. Man, I'll tell you what. I'm going to have to take a picture of this chart for my trading lessons because it's such a great, look at this. We had a MACD crossover. We had a close over the 200-day moving average. Great risk to reward ratio if he was wrong. And look at this. It's up 13.31% just today, everybody. It is up 37.71%. Johan, so proud of you, sir. Fiverr. Jatin bought Fiverr at 208.60. It's up 7% just today. Excellent, Jatin. Proud of you. I know I'm sure you're hitting all-time highs again today. Carrier Global, Frank bought at 37.60. It's currently 38.60. It's down a little bit today, but he is up nicely on the trade. DKNG. Okay, so Kamal bought DKNG at 54. It's currently 53.48, so it is down a little on the trade. It is down on the day. Jackson bought DKNG at 35.61, and he also added some at 51.60. So Jackson's having a really good long-term trade on this. Kamal just a little bit down on this particular trade, but Kamal's had some great trades lately. Johnson bought Walmart 147.70. I'm sorry, 145.70. It's 146.02. So Johnson is up on the day, up on the trade. MasterCard. Gary sold credit spreads January 15th, 290s, 280s. It's 334. So as long as it stays above 290, Gary will be able to keep the premium. Qualcomm. Carul bought Qualcomm here at 157.20. This one's got a little bit away from him. I'm hoping, I haven't seen him in a while, so I'm hoping he got out of this earlier. Let me know if you're out there. Facebook down today. Kamal bought Facebook 265.90. It's 272.40, so it is down 1.45% today. Jatton also bought it at 282.97, so down about $10 from there. So Jatton's down. Kamal is still up on the trade. Teladoc, Johnson and Frank bought at 182 and 190.50. I can't remember who bought where, but I think Frank bought 182. I think Johnson bought 190.50, up 1.57% today. So up on the day, up on the trade. Beyond Meat, let's see. So Steve, Bob, Johan, Brian, and Kamal did buy Beyond Meat with the 520 EMA crossover on the daily. Looks like here at 142.92. It's 139.31, so it is down 3.73% today. PTON, yes, bought PTON here at 115.97. It's currently 143.82. Up 2.85%, up about 19.73% on the trade. Excellent. TWOU, Johan bought TWOU at 34.24. It's up a mere 3.82% today, up for a total of 15.72%. Wow, Johan, man. Very, very good. Very super impressed. Evan bought ZI at 43.40. It's 44.71, up nice 4.34% today. Tesla, Jatton bought Tesla at 639.90. It's 659.90-ish. So up about 20 bucks. So it is up on the day and a little up on the trade. Frank, beautiful trade on Nike. 139.22 is his entry point. He bought it, or it's currently at 143.80, up 4.81%. Man, I'm glad I covered my short on this one, and I'm glad Frank was long. And let's see, I think we're almost there. Buns. Frank bought Buns with the close over the 200-day at 36.46. It's currently 36.21, and it looks like it's below the 200 now, and it is down on the trade. And AYX, Johan bought AYX at 119.15. It's 128.95, up 1.54% today, up 7.77%. And what do you know? Johan flies a 777. Is it a coincidence? I think not, everybody. I think not. All right. And lastly, SE. David, 193.10. It's 197.50. So down on the day, but up on the trade. All right. We made it through. We made it through. Ava says, looking at THO and Hog, do they look like nice setups to you? Well, nothing really jumps out at me on THO. Yeah, it's a V1, but this day one bar is larger than one ATR. So this, you know, I mean, it's sideways motion, I mean, which is good. There is some volume here today, but it's nothing. I would probably wait for a breakout of this fractal, the high 2 days ago. I would wait for a breakout there is how I would approach that. And then Hog. Yeah, I like the confluence of the 50-day moving average, and I like the confluence of the negative third ATR channel. It'd be nice if we could also get a V1 there as well. But it does give a good risk reward. Hey, everybody, give me 20 seconds. I have to move the dog around. Give me 20 seconds. Thanks. All right, there you go. There you go. Okay. Thanks for that. But yeah, it's not bad, Ava. Let's look at the weekly and see anything going on the weekly. We have the support of the negative, or of the positive 1 ATR channel above it. I mean, again, the confluence of the 50 and the negative third ATR channel are pretty good. But if you're wrong, it gives you a very, distinct line in the sand. If it were me, it would just be a close under the 50 is how I would handle it. Yavar is here. Hello, Yavar. Good to see you. Gary says hello, growing group. Hey, Gary. Good to see you, bud. Good to see you. Ava says, my chart is showing THO broke above the big red bar. Yeah, that's just probably because our charts are a little different, Ava. Oh, you know what? Yes. When I clicked on it the first time, Ava, for some reason, today's bar wasn't there. It was yesterday as I was looking at. Yeah, now it's totally better. It broke out over this fractal. Here's a high with 2 lower highs to the left, 2 lower highs to the right. It's above all the moving averages. Looks like MACD might cross over today, which would be positive. Yes, I like it. I like the sideways motion, and I like the breakout of the fractal. Yeah, now that we're on the same page, yes, I do like it. Gary says, hey, Steve, VIX has a 1030 EMA crossover today. Will you be buying puts on the SPY? Oh, that's right. That is Steve's move. Okay. So, listen, I saw this post today. I know it's a little hard to read. This is from my buddy Mufama Jama over on Facebook. He's in the New Traders, Rich Traders channel over there, which is great. You should come over, subscribe, and apply to that channel. But when I saw this, it brought back a lot of memories. One, when I was 14, 15 years old, I read Winning on Wall Street by Marty Zweig. I used to watch him on Wall Street Week. That goes to show you what kind of kid I was when I was 15. But I glanced through these rules and I was like, these are really great rules. And if some of you older folks out there will remember Marty Zweig, but I appreciate Mufama posting this and having a little walk down memory lane. Let's read these real quick. I'll be quick with them. Marty Zweig's investing rules. The trend is your friend. Don't fight the tape. Let profits run. Take losses quickly. If you buy for a reason and that reason is discounted or is no longer valid, then sell. If the value doesn't make sense, then don't participate. The cheap get cheaper, the dear get dear. Yes, that's the crazy thing about the market. The cheap keep getting cheaper and the rich or the more expensive keep getting more expensive. Don't fight the Fed. Less valid than number one. So number one is more valid. Every indicator eventually bites the dust. Adapt to change. Don't let your opinions of what should happen bias your trading strategy. That's a big one. Number 10, don't blame your mistakes on the markets. Number 11, don't play all the time or don't trade all the time. The market is not efficient, but it is still tough to beat. You'll never know all the answers. If you can't sleep at night, reduce your positions or get out. That's a good one. Don't put too much faith in the experts. Don't focus too much on the short-term information flows. And number 17, beware new era thinking, i.e., it's going to be different this time. What is that? It's different this time because. So that's those 5 words. It's different this time because. Yeah, be careful of those. But thank you, Yumfama. And it was his birthday yesterday, so happy birthday, buddy. And thanks for the great post and the great memory down, the walk down memory lane when I read Marty Zweig's Winning on Wall Street. That was a long time ago. So thanks, bud. Appreciate that. Yeah, I like Thor Industries a lot better now, Ava. That's for sure. All right, let me take a quick look at my currents before I start messing around with new ones. All right, so drips up good today, up almost 4%. Did hit 2 profit targets at 28.60. FSLRS up 2.22%. Nice profit target there. Love, this is going to be probably a nail biter. If it closes below 45.72, I will have to get out with my stop loss. But currently it's 45.84, so I'm sticking above. Ollie, another nice profit target here. Another rejection of the 200-day moving average, but I am going to keep this. I already used up my 200-day moving average rejection. REGN, down 0.5% today, but still positive on the trade. So it looks like I will be keeping this one. I like the rejection of the -1 ATR channel and the reversal. SPY got clobbered on the overnight SPY trade, but I will be taking this again at the close. Oil down today, but still up on the oil trade. Google, of course, I sold those puts on Google down to 1170 expiring June 18th for $1,488.32. And that's, I think, and VIX has, let's see, looks like VIX rallying off the bottom a little. It doesn't surprise me going into the end of the day. Especially, that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, right? When you have such a low open and you reverse and you've moved so many hundreds of points that when you get back to where you're break even, why did we go down from that level? Did everybody forget about that? So, but look, I mean, look at the VIX here. Holy smokes, that would have been a nice intraday trade right here, this bullish engulfing bar, and then had a big surge up. So that's up 8.87% today. Wow. Frank says Marty was Liz Ann's boss. Oh my gosh. This is like the 9 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Marty Zweig's part of my life as a kid. Liz Ann Saunders, big part of my life, as everybody knows, for the last couple of years until I stopped talking about the overnight SPY trade. She still hasn't called me back. Wow, how about that? I did not know that, Frank. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, let's take a quick rundown and we'll take a look at some potential entries today. Target, not bad. Bullish engulfing bar, meaning, oh, wait, low. Yes, it is. Low 97, low 94. So yes, it is a bullish engulfing bar. We came down. We did have some sideways motion here. That we had the false breakout the downside. So not only do we have a V2, here's day 1, 2, 3. We also have a bullish engulfing bar. We went under 50, over 50, is up today on a, I believe it's a down day. Dow Jones up 32, but still pretty strong. I do kind of like this. I do kind of like this trade. It's 55.09. If it were closed below the 50, I would get rid of half. I would also get rid of the entire position if it closed below the washout bar, which was Friday at about 170.40, call it. So I do kind of like this. I do like that it's above all the moving averages. Oh, come on now. Let's take a look over on the weekly and see what the weekly looks like. Well, it certainly pulled back. It's a bit of a mean reversion. It did reject. It is back over the 5 EMA on the daily, so not too shabby. That's definitely one of them. Nvidia I was looking at this earlier with the 520 cross, but it looks like it's crossed under now. The 5 is 531.24, the 20 is 531.58, so it is off of its high, and it has untriggered. So I will not be interested in this if it untriggers. If it crosses over, then it's a valid long-term trend trading approach with Nvidia with the 520 cross. But right now it is under, right? 531.36, 531.62, but that could change. PLNT, nice return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside. We'd have to close above Friday's close, which would put it at, let's see, the close there is 74.99, so it would have to close above 74.99 in order to be a valid V2, return to value V2. And Pat, if you're out there tonight, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about return to value V1s and V2s. So if you've heard me talk about it and you're not sure what I'm talking about, we're going to be talking about it for 3 hours tonight. So let's see, close 74.99. Yeah, 74.99. So it's 74.50, so that is not valid yet. Blue Bird Bio, big strong day today. Bullish engulfing bar for sure. Nice V1, false breakout to the downside, under 50, over 50. Yeah, it's pretty strong. If we look over on the weekly though, we do have the -1 ATR channel. We do have the 10 EMA acting as resistance. I'm not thrilled about the risk to reward on this one, by the way. You know, the risk is here, about 44.70. Is it 2 times that to one of these moving averages? I don't think so. And I'm not thrilled about the weekly, that has not, you know, we had this downward sloping -1 ATR channel in the 10-day. So yeah, I think I'm just going to let that one go. CRTO, nice sideways motion here, a little bit of a V1. I mean, well, not a little bit, but definitely a V1. But we made a lower high. We haven't washed out the lower low, so I'm going to pass on that one. FAS, that's the financial, I think that's triple leverage if I remember correctly. Yes, it's a V2, but we had a lower high here. We did not wash out this low. This is a little high in the channel for me to buy this, so I'm going to pass on that. PPLT, no. This is one, you know, we gapped down. Yes, we've come back up, but I still think the momentum on this one is to the downside. So I'm going to pass. Jets. Speaking of the Jets, I'm not a huge New York Jet fan, but I did see that they finally won a game yesterday, and I always root for the underdog. I think they were 13-0-13. They had not won a game the whole season. Like I said, I'm not a fan. I'm not a big fan of the Jets. I mean, I don't have anything against them, but I was glad to see them win. So any football fans out there saw the Jets win. Good for the underdog. UUP. So UUP is the dollar index. You know, as Steve has pointed out, we've been making new lows on the dollar. We did gap higher today, much higher. As a matter of fact, we gapped. That's a big move. About 0.5%. That's a big move. But we have come back down. We went under 30, over 30, but it's a little tough of an under 30, over 30 to buy with this big reversal bar down, but it does give a very good risk to reward ratio. I don't know. I think I'm going to stay away from that one. VMW. You know, I was looking at this earlier, and I think a lot of you know what I'm going to say. When you have a big down bar like this and you rally back to about the halfway, that's when I would go to an intraday time frame and look for a short. And I did, but there wasn't one. But now, you know, had I found one, it had moved down. But remember, if you have a big bar that's down larger than 1 ATR, this is probably close to 3 ATRs, not uncommon to rally back to the 50% fib number here before you fail. And it's exactly what happens. But, you know, when I looked at it earlier, it looked like this, and I thought, oh, I'm going to pop down to the 39-minute bar, I'm going to pop down to the 5-minute bar and see if I can get something to the downside, because the larger time frame, it's right at that resistance. So, you know, I mean, if we just pop over to the 5-day moving or the 5 EMA, I can't really say that I would see something here, but big picture, it would have worked. Any short would have worked at that level. So I hope that makes sense. Uber. Well, Uber's, yeah, it's, you know, it's decent. We have a return. Remember, better not to buy up here. Better to wait for the value zone to buy. So we went down, we held. We did have a nice bullish engulfing bar, V1 under 50, over 50. It's not bad. Let's look at the weekly. It's right up against the 3rd ATR channel on the week. So that right there is going to make me pass on this trade. Dollar General, nice higher low V1, but look, we're at a 49.11. So that means that we've already rejected the 50 RSI earlier today. So if I move this bar up here like this, it got up to 51.09. So I'm never going to take a higher low V1 if it is already rejected the 50 RSI, because had I been in it, I would be getting out of half here anyway because of the rejection of the 50 RSI. So, you know, I can put that over here. If it does close over the 50, that might be interesting. DIA, again, that's Dow Jones. Yes, big reversal off the bottom, but once we get back up here, I feel like the rubber band's starting to pull pretty tight as we move this far away from down here. So I'm not going to mess with Dow Jones. ALK, it's pretty sweet. Alaskan Air Group, false breakout to the downside, has not triggered the V1 yet, but again, I already have Southwest Airlines, I already have Love, so you know, speaking of correlation, I'm not going to go in and add another airline onto my other airline. That would just be like having double Southwest Airline, right? And then Blue, we talked about that. So TGT, not too bad. Nvidia, maybe we do have the cross. 531.46, 531.65, so not quite. PLNT, that doesn't look like it's going to go, and dollar already. So I like Target so far the best on the daily. I like it, the pullback on the weekly. It would still have to trigger the V2. If it loses the 50, I wouldn't take it. So those are basically the three that I'm looking at. TGT, false breakout to the, return to value, sideways motion, V2. Nvidia is possible if we have a crossover, but currently we do not have it, and DG would have to close above 50. Gary says, I am long S&P 268 puts at 286 per contract. Will remind end of day. Okay, good. And what Gary is talking about is this isn't right, is it? I think that's a bad tick. That has to be a bad tick. 1030. Are you seeing the 1030 EMA crossover? Oh, yeah, I don't see it either, Steve. I don't see it either. Maybe you're looking at the 1030 SMA, Gary, possibly. But no, they have not crossed. They have not crossed. So the weekly, by the weekly SPY puts is only valid, in my understanding, based upon what Steve's told me, if the 1030 has crossed on the weekly, on the VIX. On the VIX. All right, so those two are doing well. Southwest Airlines is going to be touch and go. It's right there. It's right there at 45.72. That's my line in the sand. Ollie was up much nicer earlier. I'm glad I hit the profit target. REGN, that does look like it's a keeper. MACD is still positive. Slightly underwater on the trade, but not much. And VIX off the lows, up 9% today. Wow. And you can see on the 5-minute, it just keeps chugging on up. So let me get my notes here. Gary says, no, it just untriggered. Steve says, I thought the same thing today, Greg. SPY and VIX had to be bad ticks. Yeah. Oh, you have them on your end? I thought maybe it was just my platform. It was just my platform. Okay, so the Dow is down 50 points, NASDAQ's down 50, and the S&P is down 25. $18.63. All right, so Love is currently under, so that's the one I'm going to have to watch here at the close. Most likely going to have to get rid of that if it closes underneath. Boy, on the monthly, target is very strong. It does have support of the negative third or the positive third underneath it. Weekly does have a nice little pullback, still above the 5. So not a lot of volume here, but a lot of triggers. Well, let's see. The close there, 171.24. So it's going to have to close above 171.24 in order for this to be a V2. 171.24, 171.24, it's 171.37. Looks like the Dow is selling off a little bit here. So if it closes under 171.24, I will not take this trade. Nvidia does not look like it's going to have the crossover. DG does not look like it's going to recover the 50 RSI. So let's see. I'm going to put TGT up here so I can look at all of this at one time. Love is hanging right around there. So DRIP, FSLR, Ollie, fine. REGN, fine. Of course, buying SPY. Google Put's doing well. VIX, I don't have anymore because that was a day trade. So TGT looks good as long as it's above 171.24 at the close. And then Love, oh, Love rallied. It did rally off of its 72 stop loss price. Hey, look at Apple. Up $1. Wow, that was what happened. Something just happened in the last 5 minutes here. Boy, I'd say. Look at that, everybody. Oh, now the Dow just went positive again. Wow, that's outstanding. All right, so we have 5 minutes to go. Steve says they are all on charts and daily ranges, so the ticks came from the data source. I hope they can clean those off. I agree. Gary says, I was looking at the SMA. Yep. Sometimes you have to double check. Nvidia may have the 520 cross after all. 531.35, 531.63. No, maybe not. Love's back to that spot. How you doing over there, Keely? You want to come check out the trades? Make sure we're doing it okay? All right, I think Love's hanging in there. So I'm going to queue up TGT here so I have it handy. Come on, Love, get on up there so I don't have to worry about you. Good, good. Oh, snap. I didn't realize. Okay. Seems to be okay. Love seems to be holding. Apple's making a new high on the day. That's it. Well, pretty good day, all considered, with that volatility and the comeback and everything. So hope you had a good day as well. Let's take a look and see where I bought everything. Overnight SPY trade at 367.86 and TGT at 171.64. Oh boy, that's just a hot mess there. 367.86 for the overnight SPY, and TGT 171.64. Right, there we go. So yeah, all in all, a good day. Big reversal there on the Dow in the last few minutes, I guess, and everything in the last few minutes. Apple closed at its high. So listen, if you have any new entries or exits for me, this would be the time to put them in the live stream. I'll get them all updated for you, but just real quick, I just want to remind everybody, as always, that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a 15-hour course, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours for a total of 15 hours. I teach you everything I've learned from all of my teachers and mentors and coaches over the last 25 years and everything I've learned. I think it's a really good course. I know that when you get done with the course, you will be a better trader. I really sincerely believe that. It's $1,000, but I think it's totally worth that. I think it's worth every penny. I think it's worth a lot more. So if you're interested in possibly taking this course with me, just send me an email. The email's in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter and I'll reply and say, hey, how's it going? Thanks for saying hi. Let's set up a Skype call. Skype call's free, totally no obligation at all. It's just I want to get to know you a little bit better, understand your trading goals and your challenges, and then it's a good time for you to ask me questions. So if you've been thinking about it, I think it'd be a good investment in yourself. I really do. And then secondly, if you like today's podcast, I would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It does help keep the channel around. It helps build the channel, helps YouTube know that there are some valuable content here. So, okay, enough with all that. Let's see if somebody has any new updates. Jatin, Goog. All right, so let's put Jatin's down for the Goog at 1738. Hey, look at that. I nailed it. All right, good luck, Jatin, on Google. An Apple. All right, we've got a lot of Apple action here, so I'm just going to put Jatin here, and I'm going to put your 123.50. Gary sold SPY puts at break even. Okay, very good. TGT, we have Brian. And we have Karen. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. Hope you and the pups are doing fine. And let's see. So that's Karen. Okay. Oh, I am sorry, Gary. I forgot. I got distracted by, okay, so Quad bought VIX here at 1991. Gary bought them yesterday at 17, or no, he bought them back here on the 7th, but he bought them at 1723. So Gary up on this trade 6.56%. Very good. Sorry about that, Gary. Let's see. I'm just going to put here Gary sold half. On this day here, great trade. Really good trade. No trades for Kamal. Johan is out of Beyond Meat. Okay. Let's take Johan off of there. Out of Love. And in TGT. All right. Okay, Frank sold half a Nike. I was wondering what you'd be doing with that, Frank, when I saw that. I know Frank sometimes likes to sell at the open. So that was a half position and sold 1/2. I can spell and right. Okay. Steve Burns says, I'm still all cash. Ava is in TGT. All right. Good luck to us on that, Ava. And THO. Okay, so you did go with THO. Sorry to mix you up on that one. I clicked on here and it didn't show today's bar. 98.30. Look at you. Nice. 98.30. So nice trade there already, Ava. Jackson, sorry to be late to class. Still in second DKN position. Yes, I have you on there, Jax. Yep, I have here. Added second position, 5106. Bob says in ride. R-I-D-E. That's not ride. R-I-D-E. Let's try it a third time. R-I-D-E. Lordstown Motor. 1931. False breakout to the downside and a V1 for Bob. I hope this turns into another Zanga for you, Bob. Gary says, thanks, Greg. Hope everyone has a great day. Thank you, Gary. Congratulations on your positions, especially on the VIX today, bud. Karen says, Greg, sorry, but you are confusing me with someone who has puppies. I'm a cat person. Am I confused? Oh. Maybe I know more than one Karen. Is this Canadian Karen with the dachshunds? Oh, no, it's not. Now I realize, Karen. I apologize. I got mixed up with the name. But being a cat person's good as well. Sorry about that. Jackson says, love to hear people in cash in no new position. Makes me happy. Okay, good. Quad says, late to the party, but happy Monday, everyone. Good to see you, Quad. Glad to see a little comeback for you on the VIX today. All right, let's see what's happening here. Beyond Meat's up a little bit. Drip unchanged after hours. Facebook is down after hours. Google unchanged. IWM down. Love down. MasterCard unchanged. Ollie unchanged. Q's up 8 cents. SPY, boo, down 17 cents. TGT unchanged. VIX down. So mixed. I think that's the more accurate way to say it. Well, good start to the week. I'm grateful for that, for sure. Anybody been checking out Bitcoin lately? What do we end up today? Down $61, so down a little bit. Okay. There we go. There's Wiener Dog Karen. I'm sorry. I got the two Karens mixed up there. Hi, Karen. That's the win. That's right. That's right, Karen. Hey, by the way, Karen, we still need to finish our lessons. Wiener Dog Karen, right? Just let me know. I am ready anytime you are. Karen says, I'm from a country where Dr. Elder and Skype were born. Oh, you're from Russia. I didn't know Skype was born in Russia. Or is it Ukraine? Maybe Dr. Elder's from Ukraine, but I think he's from Russia. Quad says, yes, other than VIX, I'm in cash. No new entries. Okay. Quad says, don't remind me about Bitcoin, LOL. Yeah, you know, I had a call last night with a friend of mine who bought Bitcoin very, very cheap about 12 years ago. And rode it all the way up to 20,000, rode it all the way down to 3,500, and now back to all-time highs. So I'm thrilled, absolutely thrilled that he was able to hold on to that. Oh, Estonia. Dr. Elder's from Estonia. Ah, I don't think I knew that. I think he moved to Russia after, I believe. I know he speaks Russian. Frank says, the big hacking makes me leery of Bitcoin. Yep. Yep, for sure. For sure. Well, I'm glad I finally know we're both, now I've got both Karen Straits and what countries they're from. Was under Soviet ruling at the time. Yes. Okay. Yep. Well, I'm glad I sold my Google put today. Lots of protection, good technicals, and a really nice, decent return. Will it hold 30%? I don't know. You would think it would, but there's no guarantee. I think the delta on this right now is about 5.7%, which means there's about a 5.7% chance it will get down there. But nice little return, good protection, and again, the 1170 lines up nicely under the support on the 200 week, and also here on the -1 and the 50 week moving average. So there's a confluence of signals on multiple time frames. And wait, who bought? Oh, that's GOOGL. I did it on GOOGL. Jatin bought with the V1 rejection of the 50. Yep, not bad. So, it's a shortened week this week because of the holidays. I think Thursday is a half a day, if I'm correct. Friday we won't be here. It will be Christmas, but Thursday just a half a day. It's a beautiful day here in Utah. I'm going to take my little girl out, my little Keely out. She's my hiking companion. She just loves it. She just keeps her nose to the ground the whole time, just checking everything out. But just a lovely dog. She's about 11 and just sweet as can be, but she's a treat monster. She loves treats. She goes over and she stands by my treat room and just stares at it and looks at me with those puppy dog eyes and stares back at it, wags her tail. I can't say no. She's got me trained literally in 2 days. So I'm fully trained for Keely. Jackson says, night all, enjoy your evening over there on the other side of this ball. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. I did get your emails. I just haven't replied to them, Jax. I'm sorry, buddy, but they deserve some time to reply to because they're that good. All right. If you have any other questions, let me know. Just want to remind everybody 2 things. As always, please try to go out and do something nice for somebody today. Just a smile, a wave, maybe give them a hand, help them out with something, or just generally be pleasant to them. And then if you could also do something nice for an animal today, that would be doubly as good. And it will, if you do one nice thing for a human, one nice thing for an animal, it will doubly increase your trading results. I don't know if that's true, but I thought I'd say it anyway. It couldn't hurt. Couldn't hurt, right? It would make the world a better place. Let's take a look here. Yeah, thing is, Johan, I know that I'm already going to miss her when it's time for her to go home. I can already tell. Isn't that a face? Isn't that just a face right there? Congratulations, Johan, on your trades, my friend. My gosh, you have just had some fantastic trades. I'm very, very proud of you. Karen says, I still own Love, but I don't like it anymore. V1s and V2s are supposed to work shortly after they trigger, right? Yes, that is true. That is true. Yep, within a few days. And but you know, this recovery here, we'll see. I mean, any close below 45.72 tomorrow, and I'm out. But yeah, but it did wash out all the stops that were here and did reverse back up. It held to 50. We shall see. We shall see. Frank says the Christmas star will be out tonight. Jupiter and Saturn haven't been this close in 600 years. Oh, thank you, Frank. Thanks for letting us know. The Christmas star will be out tonight. Jupiter and Saturn haven't been this close in 600 years. Well, I will definitely keep an eye out for that. And thanks again for the great poem today, Frank. And the weekend poem. We got a bonus weekend poem. I should have grabbed that and posted it. Well, I did post it on Twitter, but I didn't post it here. Well, I am going to go put my hiking clothes on, go for a hike. It's cold, but it's beautiful. I teach tonight. So, Pat, if you're out there, looking forward to that. And, yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day. And I guess I will see you, hopefully, all tomorrow during the last hour of the market. All right. Thanks again for coming. We'll talk to you all later. Bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.